look at the time and to look at the weather. And when I let the light go, this eye right here had this weird haze in
Welcome
it, and I couldn't see anything, and I knew it
to
was
the
mine.
Grand Turks. Turks and Caicos, we are here. Grand Turk duty free.
I'm just saying. Go swim. I wonder if that water cold.
Of course not. All right. We're going to see what we are going to do. Yeah. All right. Mm-hmm.
Now you know they got the we got to get some of that white henny off the ship. They got it on sale. See how much it is here though. There it is.
They find out, man. Yeah. So this is the port. Shortings. Over here. Turks and Caicos. Oh. Shot glasses.
Yeah, you need a shot glass from here.
Yeah. Grand Turk.
I see a salt shaker.
That's a salt shaker. Hi. Mm-hmm.
They said that when Sue and them went on the Alaskan trip, it rained.
Mm-hmm.
They went in June though.
This is just some of the view from the port dock.
Oh, that's Margaritaville.
Where? Ah, Margaritaville. That's what everybody was saying. Okay. I wonder, what does Margaritaville have? Do they have like a water park or something in there? Which is crazy because again, the beach is right here. So I mean,
Yep, got something on that water.
huh?
I did some more too when I went
Margaritaville Grand Turk. I was gonna say he looks very active. Huh? Okay. It's a little bitty water or something over here. No, the little about a water something. No, look over there like the surfing. See that?
What is that?
I just showed you the way surfing. Okay. It's okay. I said surfing.
That's what they talking about, those jet skis.
Maybe. Maybe.
You want to do that?
No.
We like a whole hotel, don't we?
Look how big these ships are.
Ours is, that thing is way more taller.
The Mardi Gras. Say please, man.
That's neat.
It's just like you're surfing. Trespassers will be offered a shot.
Really? That's neat.
All right. Let's go over some more places over here.
I want to carry it. Exactly, that's it. I just set up a mask.
Huh? I was gonna have you to get one on the boat. You should have.
You look crowded.
Yeah, I don't go in though. Experience Turks and Caicos. Just to be clear. All right. Quick question.
Yeah. Ma'am. Let me explain on the board so you get a feel. Oh, thank you. This right here is a map of the island. You're here. A tour takes you around the entire island. 1 hour and 40 minutes, $40 per person. 3 stops included. First stop is going to be to the historic downtown. From here, they're going to drive you all the way up. Second stop is going to be the lighthouse. Third stop is going to be at the huge Turks sign that's in front of the airport. First 2 stops, you're allowed 25 to 30 minutes. That's where you come out of the vehicle. You can visit the museums downtown, souvenir gift shops, museum, island food, restaurants, jewelry stores, bars, cafes on the waterfront downtown. From here, they're going to take you all the way up to the lighthouse. That's on this side of the island. It's the furthest point on the island. From the lighthouse, you can practically see the entire island. From the lighthouse, they're going to bring you on this side. It's the eastern side, which is this whole side here. Brings you all the way around. The tour finishes right here in the parking lot. You would pay the driver $40 per person after your tour's finished. Along the way, that tour guide is going to be telling you the whole history of the island, going and coming. If you don't want to do the island tour, you can go downtown, which is $10 per person.
Oh,
$10 per person just to go downtown.
Yes, ma'am.
And how you get back?
Whenever you're ready, there's always taxis downtown to bring you back.
$10 for
Same
$10 per
$10 to
person.
bring you back.
And that's down.
so to do this tour, what time does it start? The full tour?
Yes, the full tour.
Yeah. What time does it start?
Well, we start in about, as soon as we start getting people. See this one there pulls up. As soon as we get enough, we leave. Which is in about 8-10 minutes.
Gotcha.
So if anybody want to do that island tour, just let me know. Downtown, let me know.
Over there to this one?
'Cause,
Okay, go ahead. Tell them you don't want that one.
Yeah. Because it's $40 per person. You do the same. You go all the way around, and you stop each place 25 minutes.
25, 30 minutes.
So each place is 25, 30 minutes.
It's the best tour yet.
Best day ever.
Best day ever.
Hey guys, we got a deal.
All right.
Well,
You can come on.
Let me
I told you he got the. No, he ain't.
Right, the first stop we're going to be making is to Governor's Beach. Then we're going to continue all the way to historic downtown. The folks who are going to be doing the island tour, you'll get to go to the historic lighthouse where you get to see the Atlantic and Caribbean merge. Also, you'll get to see the donkeys, which is another feature too. So you're going to see the high-end side of the island, the low-end side. You're going to see the schools, the houses. You're going to see how we really live, and you'll get to see the history. So is anybody first time to Turks and Caicos?
Yep.
So this island is called Grand Turk. It's the capital of the Turks and Caicos Islands. And this island is only 7 miles long by 3.5 wide. The population is only 5,000 people. But we do have another 300 donkeys, which I personally think, some people think it's more. They're part of our history. You'll get to see that as well too. If you notice I'm already driving on, you think I'm on the right side of the road? I'm on the right side for me, the left-hand side, because we are British overseas territory. We say locally, if you drive on the right side, it's the wrong side and you want to commit suicide, which we're not going to do today. So you'll notice quite a few golf carts on the road. Usually this will have the most traffic jam. But the island is very laid back and clean, which you'll get to see. And if you folks are coming from the United States, take a look to my left and my right. These dilapidated buildings. This used to be a U.S. Air Force missile tracking base in the early 1950s. It got hammered by a Category 4 hurricane in 2017, Hurricane Irma Maria. So they have to be torn down because they're full of asbestos. But this one to the left was the only one that was able to be restored. When they left in 1980, they gave it to the Turks and Caicos government. So this houses our energy and utility department. If you're coming from Canada, take a look to my right. That's our power station that fuels the whole island with electricity. And we only use raw fuels such as diesel. There's a few houses here that have solar energy, but everyone gets their power from the power station and is ran by raw fuel diesel. Believe it or not, the cheapest cost for fuel on this island is $7.45 per gallon, and that's US. Our fuel is that expensive because it's imported directly from the Bahamas. We don't get it from the United States.
How much is a gallon of milk, Mr. Eisenhower?
$13, sir. And that's grade A milk. So I must tell you, in the Turks and Caicos overall, we import 90% of everything, our food, our cars, our bill of material, they all come from international. But we do have an abundance of fish, conch, and lobster on the island. So if you folks are going to Governor's Beach, it's considered the #1 beach on our island. The reason why we call it Governor's Beach, because it's located right next to our governor's residence. So don't be surprised when you see the governor out on the beach. Is a normal thing. Also, sometimes the donkeys are here, guys. So if you want to see the donkeys, they're here as well too.
How much is a lobster dinner?
It's a culinary one. Most times you can get it for about $30, and that's not the main lobster. It's the spiny lobster. We also have an abundance of grouper, snapper here as well too, and our lobster season is open. So to the right here, guys, is male and female restrooms to stop in the Governor's Beach. Also, if you want to rent chairs and umbrellas, you can get 2 for, I think it's $25 or $28, and you use your card, it comes with free Wi-Fi. And when you're ready to come back, these guys, Wilson and Marco, they can help you. If you guys need snacks or drinks, they have it too. So welcome to Governor's Beach. It's going to be $6 per person. All the way to historic downtown, and as we go through, we're going to take you guys to the historic district, where you get to see a few 18th century houses as well.
That's that deep blue versus that turquoise. When we come back, we're gonna go change and swim in that. And where is the governor's residence?
You're going to see it momentarily. It's going to be on your left-hand side.
Gotcha.
So as I told you guys before, if you notice I'm driving on the left-hand side of the road, the reason, because we are a British overseas territory. So we're not independent like countries like Bahamas, Jamaica, St. Lucia, and recently Barbados. So we have a governor who's appointed by the King of England every 4 years that looks out for the UK interests.
Wow.
And then we have an elected ministerial governor, 15 ministers, and we call him a premier, not a president. So take a look to my left quickly. The first building that you see, this is our governor's office. And you're all the way past the driveway. That's the governor's house, is on the beach. We just made history because we just appointed our first female governor. I mean, the Daniel Delaney girl bar, right? So she's doing a very nice job. She's of Sri Lankan descent. She gets along very good with everyone here. She's very friendly. So normally you see her at the beach or even in town, you know, you can go and say hello. She's a very cordial lady.
You have public transportation?
Look
It's
at the
not
donkey.
necessary because most everyone here owns a car. There's only transport that goes to the community college, but everyone here owns a car, so it's not necessary. Please take a look to my right. This is our airport. It's called the Jags McCarthy International Airport. It's spelled J-A-G-S. Jags is an acronym for James Alexander George Smith. He was our first president. He died in a plane crash coming out of New York in 1980. He was only 31 years old. I'm going to show you guys a life-size statue. We have 10 domestic flights that fly between the family islands. Hopefully next month we're trying to get American Airlines to fly directly from here to Miami. It'll be like 1 hour and 35 minutes. So that is our international airport. If you guys decide you want to fly back to the island, you can do that. Please take a look on my left-hand side. Have you guys watched that movie Hidden Figures with Taraji P. Henson? Well, if you did, it's talking about this capsule right here. This is called Friendship 7. The first man to orbit the Earth successfully, John Glenn. He splashed down 20 miles to the southeast of Brentford, 20th of February 1962. The first day he was born into our airport, he did a full medical. The second day, Vice President Lyndon Johnson came to pick him up and took him back to the United States. And actually, 20 days after that, Scott Carpenter, he successfully did an orbit as well too, and he landed in our territory. 2012, we named this road after John Glenn. We named it the John Glenn Drive. So when you go to town and you go to the museum, also back at the cruise port, there's a very nice exhibit showing much about the space race. Please look on the ground to my left. You see these cactus right here? They're green to the bottom, they're red at the top. They're called Turks cactus. This is where we got our name from. When it rains a lot, it grows a very nice sweet cherry on top. So when the first settlers came to the island, all they were seeing was the red tops. It looked like a Turkish fez hat. So that's where the word Turks come from. A lot of people ask us, are you guys Turkish? We're not Turkish, but we love to eat turkey. It's a favorite on the island. Coming up to my right, this is a locally owned complex that houses our deputy governor's office, attorney general's chamber, and also one of our local banks. Now, all our banks on the island are Canadian. We're British by nationality, and we only use U.S. currencies for all mixed up. We welcome all you guys. We're very diversified here. And normally when people see the horses, the donkeys, the cows with the big belly, they ask about what do they eat. All of this vegetation to my left and my right, the local name, we call them captain trees, but the correct name is called acacia trees. And normally you see the donkeys on the side of the road, grazing, eating the grass. We call that mowing the lawn. And sometimes the cows are here later on the afternoon. To my right, this fence right here is not a penitentiary. You may be thinking that is our airport perimeter fence. Our airport is located on 25 acres of land. The runway length is only 6,000 feet by 150. So the biggest aircraft or jet that can land here is a Boeing 727 jet. Now anything bigger that could land would have a really hard time taking off. So you folks on the tour coming up to my left, when we come back down, here's another stop that we're going to do. This is the famous Brentford sign. We allow you guys to come and take a few photos. Also, in the middle of the cactus, in the middle of the sign, is a replica of the cactus. And each one of those letters on the Brentford sign represents something in Turks and Caicos. I'll let you guys know a little bit more about that.
Look.
Coming up to my right, this body of water. These two bodies of water, this was our first industry. This is called a salt pond or salina. We had the Bermudans that came here in 1668 and started the salt trade. If it doesn't rain, say for example within 40 days, the seawater will evaporate, crystallize, turn into rock salt. You can break it up, you can cook with it. Women have refrigerators to use that same salt to protect our meats. And we used to export about 68,000 tons of salt around the world. It was so lucrative, we call it white gold. Here's some of our donkeys, guys. I'll tell you a little more about them. They're actually free range, they roam them out. If anyone wants to take a few donkeys back as well, please let me know. I can help you out. They're for free. So this is the first settlement here called Palm Grove. When the salt industry closed in the early 1960s, we started exporting fish count and lobster. So if you guys go to Red Lobster and you're having that nice, soft, spiny lobster, most likely somebody's imported from Turks and Caicos. Or if you go to Key West and you're having that nice, soft count, most likely somebody's imported from Turks and Caicos. So this is the first settlement called Palm Grove. When the salt industry closed, the folks, they took their monies and they invested in these homes and apartments. If you want to get a two-bedroom house, it's going to run you about $275,000 to $300,000. Of course, once you get close to the beach, you're going to pay up from $500,000 to over $1 million very easily. It's all about location, location.
You have to pay property tax on
There's
that?
no property tax, no income tax on this island. You're a tax-free haven.
See, that's most places the islands are.
Well, on imports. For example, everything is dutable, all the cars, the food. Every person that comes on a cruise ship, the government collects a head tax of $10 per person. If you sell any property here, the government collects 10% commission. So on the bigger island, we're selling multi-million-dollar properties. The government makes a lot of money as well. And as well, everyone who's not a Turks Islander like myself, that come here to work, you have to pay a work permit. So for example, most professionals, their work permit is like 15 to 20 US a year. So they do garnish a lot of money here. Coming up to my right, we call ourselves a Christian society or Christian nation. With that being said, we treat others how we expect to be treated. Here's the first church. We have over 50 different churches or denominations. This is the Holy Catholic Cross Church to my right. It was built in 2012. And right at the back of that on Duke Street, we have the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. We also have Baptist, Methodist, Anglican. We have a whole mixed religion on the island. Everyone respects each other. We get along very well. And truth be told, most everyone who visits the island or come to work, they normally bring their practicing religion. So that's why we have so much different religions on the island. So as we continue to historic downtown, you're going to start to see some of the commercial side of the island. To my right, that complex is owned by Clyde Holiday. It has boutique stores to the bottom, apartment rentals to the top, and all these green buildings around the corner, he owns them as well. And notice he paints all his buildings the same color. He owns the Trinidadian restaurant, the Mateos, the grocery store, the tire shop. And this guy actually was on hard drugs for 15 years. He's reformed now. He's one of the biggest entrepreneurs on the island. So we call that redemption, right? Take a look to my left. I know you're used to seeing Lowe's and Home Depot, but this is the Do It Center or building material where most people get their building supplies from. Now, the local government encourages when we're building our homes to shop locally on the island to support the hardware, but most people travel to Fort Lauderdale or Palm Beach. Once you pack a 40-foot container with all your raw material in your furniture, once you get it back to the island, you can build your home within 4 months. Take a look to my right. This is Salt Pond, but it's different with this one. It's not connected. It's connected to the ocean, so we have a lot of fish that swim inside. I'll show you how the water gets inside of there. Before I turn, I want you to look all the way straight. You're going to see some pretty dark blue water. Look all the way back. You see that navy blue water? That right there, my friends, is the 3rd largest barrier reef in the world. That is 29 miles of coral reef, very healthy. So if you guys scuba dive, you can get to see the best of both worlds. So that is 29 miles of coral reef that's off from 20 feet to 7,000. It goes all the way down. We call it the abyss. During the months of January to April, we have the Atlantic humpback whales that migrate through here and go down to the Dominican Republic.
What?
So as I take you down, guys, please don't be nervous. This is a one-way street. This was designed for 2 donkey carts. And also you see the narrow alleyways. And it contains a lot of 18th century buildings. Here's the first hotel to my left on the strip called the Osprey Beach Hotel. 40 rooms on ocean view. This is about $165 per night. They have a very nice swimming pool and a very nice restaurant called the Bird's Eye Cage. There's a lot of people that come for lunch and brunch. And I must tell you, if you purchase any property on the strip, you can't knock it down and build anything new. You only can restore it. We call it the Historic District. Take a look to my left. This is the first property. This is called Simon's House. This is built in the early 1830s, all original structure. The folks, they spend 6 months here on island and 6 months in Bermuda. If you look at the wood, the staircase, you see it's rusting and the nails are starting to rust. The reason why, because the island is high in salt concentration. So if you have a house like that on the beach, most likely have to clean it about 2 times for the year. Here's another relic, guys. Believe it or not, this is called the Old Roberts family house. This house was built in the 1850s. A couple out of Canada owned it. This little sea wooden house right here rents for $6,000 to $7,000 US a week on Airbnb, and it's always rented. There's a lot of people that like to stay at the beach.
Wow. $6,000 or $7,000.
Coming up to my left, guys, this here is called the Sandbar, and this is where they believe the pirates that hang out at. This was owned by Alex Oswald, and it opens up at 12 p.m. and it's open until like 7 in the evening. Also, if you're looking for some place nice and quick to stay, this Manta House, that's about $130 per night. To my right, this is Shaka, the biggest excursion company on the island. So most times when the cruise ship coming, that's the company that they work with. They're based out of Jamaica. And coming up on my left-hand side, between 2006 to 2007, tenant-style Venus Williams, along with a local developer, started building some high-end condos here. Unfortunately, got hammered by Category 5. She pulled out. She decided not to invest anymore Hurricane night. Now, there's a lot of locals who and others who like to see this torn down. They think it's an eyesore. But like I said before, we don't pay any property tax here. So no one can tell you what to do with your private property. So that can stay there forever. Coming up to my right, this is the oldest and the first hotel that was ever built in the Turks and Caicos. This is called the Turks in a Mansion. This was built by the Turks and Caicos government in the early 1960s. A movie production studio out of California bought it a few years ago. So if you guys and girls watch Lifetime, a lot of production is done here. If you look at the top, you see the double French door. The rooms are so operative. Those rooms facing the ocean, that's going to run you at least $500 to $600 per night. And to the left, the Taco Bar, they just opened this up a few months ago. This opened from 11 until 3 p.m. Very popular. And to my left and my right, the Parquet Villa, Sunset Beach House. These are all Airbnbs. So if you're flying back to the island, you want some place nice and quick to stay. Here's the last day on the strip to my left. This is called Flamingo Villas. 4 villas on the beach. You have a very nice pool. This is about $175 per night. Now on this island, we don't have any all-inclusive hotels or 5-star resorts, but the bigger island, Providenciales, that most of the I'll say the celebs go to, Oprah Winfrey, Bruce Willis. You have the Ritz-Carlton, Club Med, the Mandarin. The first 6-star hotel in the Caribbean is located on Providenciales. To my right is Flow Army Telecommunications Company. They've been here for over 100 years. They're still serving us. And to the left here, this is our sea break wall. This wall protects the island from getting flooded. It's about 20 feet in some areas. It has a belly, so whenever the water gets rough on the left-hand side, it hits the wall and it rolls over. And right now, we're expecting a cold front later this week, so the water's starting to churn.
How's the surfing?
It's very good. You go at the northern end of the island, very popular. You have people that we actually shoot movies on that side of the island. Our government treasury, our post office, they have been closed since 2017. They're hit by Hurricane Irma, but quickly look at our post office. This has been there for over 180 years. Those blocks were hand-cut by limestone. So the local government is trying to find someone to repair it back to turn it into a museum. I heard it's going to cost about $1.2 million. And to the right here, this pretty pink building, when we get around the front, you'll get to see it. This is where our premier, our president, works at. We call this the Honorable Andreas Francis building. And quickly take a look to my left. This is how all the water gets into the salt pond. There's a local guy up to lift this up every time the tide comes high. So that's why we have so much fish that go to the salt pond, and that's the ladder that when it goes low. To the right is the second oldest church on the island, called the St. Mary's Cathedral. This church was built in 1899. Ellicott is the second largest denomination on the island, and Baptist is the largest. If you want to find out more about the Turks and Caicos, to my right, the Turks and Caicos Tourist Board, Experience Turks and Caicos. They're open Monday to Friday from 8 until 4:30 p.m. These big buildings right here all the way to the back is our sound stage. Every end of the month, we have a live fish fry with music and live band. And right in front of that is our public library, named after Queen Victoria III. So now, guys, we're going to be entering what we call Cockburn Town and downtown. Please don't be looking for downtown Atlanta, downtown Mom. It's just a small area that is designed for the tourists. As we get up closer, as we get up closer, and you'll get to see some of the local restaurants and shops. Also, there's a very nice plaza called Goldsmith that I recommend you check out if you're looking for souvenirs The Turks and Caicos, also the Turks and Caicos National Museum is located downtown. To the right here, this is the oldest convenience store on the island called Todd's. It was built in the 1880s and still operational. There's a local girl who opens that at 4:30 in the afternoon. To my left, all of this is the Caribbean Sea. And when we leave from here, guys, we're going to go all the way up to the northern end of the island to see the lighthouse. Then you get to see the Atlantic Ocean. We're surrounded by 2 bodies of water. To my right here is the Turks and Caicos National Museum. It was established in 1991 and houses the oldest shipwreck in the Western Hemisphere called the Molasses Reef Wreck. It's top and bottom. It's a $5 entry fee. And to the right is a very popular shopping plaza called Goldsmith. If you're looking for shirts, jewelry, and souvenirs, they're all in there. If you're looking for local food, jerky jerk, it's Turks Island Jamaican flavor. Also, if you want fresh drinks, to the laughter smoothies, daiquiris, it's here. Another popular spot that we're pulling up right now is called Barbie's. He takes credit card in and out. And this is where all the taxis congregate for you folks that are just stopping to town. You have shopping on both sides of the street. So for you folks on the tour, you 4 folks, we're going to be here for 30 minutes, allow you guys to walk around, do some shopping, and then we're going to take off. So we're going to leave here at exactly 10 after 11. And for you folks to just stop into town, it's $10 per person. You can take a taxi to go back when you're ready. Okay? So for the folks on the tour, we're going to leave at 10 minutes after 11. For the other folks, welcome is going to be $10 per person.
All right, I'm gonna stop this video and we'll do the next video.